You grab your keys, head for the door, and look back at your dog. To keep them company, you flip on a classical music station. It makes perfect sense. We imagine that those soft pianos and gentle violins will soothe their nerves, lull them to sleep, and keep them from feeling lonely while we're gone. But researchers looking at how animals process sound have found that sticking only to the masters of classical music leaves a significant gap in their emotional care. If you only play classical music for your dog, you are missing out on the specific genres that actually manage their stress the most effectively. To figure out what dogs actually prefer to listen to, researchers at the University of Glasgow and the Scottish SPCA teamed up for a study in 2017. They took 38 dogs living in a rescue shelter and played them a different genre of music every day for 5 days. The daily playlist rotated between soft rock, Motown, pop, reggae, and classical. This chart tracks a dog's heart rhythm. By measuring variations between beats, called heart rate variability, or HRV, researchers see stress in real time. In these peaks and valleys, high variation means a relaxed nervous system, while a rigid, regular heartbeat points to stress. When they matched the HRV data to the music, the winners were clear. Reggae and soft rock produced the highest positive changes in the dog's biology and behavior. Now, this was a small sample size of dogs living in a shelter, and putting on a Bob Marley album won't magically cure severe separation anxiety. But the biological data proves that in highly stressful environments, reggae and soft rock are statistically superior at relaxing dogs compared to classical music. So why does classical music fall short as a long-term solution? A few years earlier, in 2015, a different study focused entirely on how dogs reacted to classical tracks over a longer period. They were looking closely at a concept called habituation. This is what happens when you hear a refrigerator humming or a clock ticking for so long that your brain completely tunes it out. The researchers found that when the same classical tracks were played repetitively, their calming effects faded away in as little as 1 day. Dogs experience auditory boredom. To stay engaged and relaxed, they require variety in what they hear. Keeping a dog relaxed over the long term requires a schedule of constant variety to prevent that auditory fatigue. You can take these findings right into your own living room and act as your dog's personal DJ. First, keep the volume in check. You want the music to sit around 50 to 60 decibels, which is roughly the level of a normal, quiet conversation. Second, rotate the genres by the day. Try reggae on Monday, classical on Tuesday, and soft rock on Wednesday. The science supports varying the broad categories of music. You don't need to worry about picking the perfect individual song, as long as the overall style keeps changing. Third, avoid leaving the music on constantly as background noise. If it's always playing, your dog will get used to it, and it will lose its soothing power. Instead, save these rotating playlists for specific moments of stress, like a loud thunderstorm, recovering from a vet visit, or when left home alone. To truly help your dog settle down, skip repetitive classical piano and give them a rotating, targeted playlist featuring plenty of reggae and soft rock.